my right foot is just really bothering me, and I'm afraid this is going to be an injury that is going to take more than a couple days to heal.
Well, there's really no sugarcoating this. If you read the title of the video, you already know that the potential injury I flagged in last week's video is now a reality. What was supposed to be the peak week of marathon training turned into just a single workout and then a full week of rest. Now, the Marine Corps Marathon is in jeopardy. The sub-4 pursuit is almost entirely off the table, and this series is in serious danger of becoming foot up to foot up. And frankly, I'm not entirely sure what to do now. Let me take you back just a bit. So the injury I came down with following my 19-mile run last week wasn't initially that concerning. My right foot felt tender, which has happened before, but when that didn't improve after a normal few days of rest, I thought something might be going on. I attempted my first workout of week 16, which was supposed to be a 1-mile warm-up and then 4 times 1 mile fast, followed by a 1-mile cool down. When I started the warm-up, I felt the pain in my right foot almost immediately. I thought about stopping, and I probably should have. But I wanted to see if pushing myself a little would drastically increase the pain. And the actual workout on the track really didn't, which was a positive sign.
Okay, week 16, day 1. So today, the plan is 4 by 1 mile, fast, whatever I decide that is. Something in the 8 something per mile with 200 meter recoveries in between. However, my foot is not feeling great. When I started the warm-up mile to get to the track this morning, did not feel good. I nearly turned around and just went home. For some reason, I decided I'll just keep going. So I'm not gonna push it too hard today at the track because this foot thing could be a real injury, and I really don't want it to escalate further, causing me to miss the marathon. So I'm gonna take it slowly, not gonna be stupid, do my best. Okay, I'm gonna call it there after 3 reps of 1 mile fast. My right foot is just really bothering me, and I'm afraid this is gonna be an injury that is gonna take more than a couple days to heal. That's what worries me, because I've got less than 5 weeks to the marathon, and I don't want to lose all the progress that I've made so far. But at the same time, I don't know if I can accomplish these extremely long runs and then the marathon, of course, with an injury. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Before I even made it inside, I had made an appointment to see an orthopedist. My big fear at this point was that I had a stress reaction, or even worse, a stress fracture. 2 days after the track workout, I was getting x-rays and a physical exam. X-rays came back negative, thankfully, and based on his assessment, the doctor didn't think it was a stress fracture. So what exactly was the diagnosis? Officially, it was diagnosed as anterior tibial tendinitis, which is a fancy way of saying an inflamed tendon that runs from the top of the foot down to the side. I was instructed to take a week off from all exercise, begin at-home stretching and rehab, and was prescribed an anti-inflammatory. When I asked what I should do about the marathon since I'm so close to the race, he said, I'll sort of just need to see how it feels. The good news from the doctor is that it's unlikely I'm going to hurt it more. The bad news is that if the pain continues, it might simply be too painful to run if I haven't let it heal properly. So the big question is, what now? As I see it, I have 2 options, and both options are dependent on how I feel when I try to run again. As of the recording of this video, I've been off running for 8 days. The pain in my foot is almost completely gone to the touch, or when I'm just walking around. But it's hard to say how it will feel with the immense stress of running. Okay, option 1. I resume running with little pain, slowly at first, before building back up to some speed work and long runs in the just under 4 weeks I have left before the race. Assuming no other setbacks, I would line up at the start line of the Marine Corps Marathon on October 27th and give it my best. That said, I didn't exactly feel prepared to race a marathon before the injury, and losing such an important chunk of training makes this seem like a daunting option. Plus, ramping up too quickly could mean aggravating the injury to the point of more pain and more time off. Okay, option 2. I pull out of the Marine Corps Marathon. Yes, my second option really is to abandon the race I've been working toward for 3.5 months. Instead of running the Marine Corps Marathon on October 27th, my plan would be to run the Richmond Marathon in Richmond, Virginia on November 16th. I'm already signed up to run the Richmond Half Marathon, so I could switch my registration and run the full instead. The pros to this are obviously that I get 3 weeks of training back, which means I could ramp back into running more slowly. I think I would feel more confident on race day if I had more time, so that's definitely appealing. The cons are that I extend this by 3 weeks, which means more hours and more time running. These 16 weeks thus far have already been exhausting, and adding 3 more on top of the 20 initial weeks means more tiredness and more opportunity for something else to go wrong, another injury, illness, or whatever. I realize that's pessimistic, but that's sort of how I'm wired. So what to do? Well, I'm not sure yet. I want to see how a return to running actually feels. I'm definitely down right now, but I'm not out yet. And I know that no matter the decision I make, when I get back to it, I'm going to be grateful to run and grateful for that day. 4 weeks to go? 7 weeks to go? Stay tuned. This is Foot Up to Finisher, and this is episode 16. Thanks for watching. See you soon.